What's my 1 2 1 2 mic check? Check the mic. Let me see. I don't want to. 1 2 mic check. 1 2. Check the mic. 1 2 mic check. Sounds. I hate to put this thing in my hair. All right, let me check the video here from my end. All right, it looks good, I think. Let me see you here from my end. All right, the sound is perfect. I got a perfect sound. And I'm here. All right, guys, wonderful. Great to be here with you again. VOSD. We're going to do what we do. All right, guys, so welcome to the platform. Please share the link for us. We will highly appreciate it. Subscribe to our YouTube page. You can also follow us from there. Let me do some sharing here, and I'll do some entertainment here. I'll be right back.
Come on. I know you're sleeping now. You gotta wake up some more, yeah? Okay, let's go. The people fool us. The people lie to us. The government betray us. They betray us so much. I said they lie. The people fool us, so the people lie to us. The government betray us. They can lie, they can steal, they go knock the world. I said we tired with their lies. We tired with their promises that led us to all our damages. The speech they preach indeed and now unique, they deceive us. The thing we saw, it frustrate us. So why did you lie? Why did you steal? Why did you allow the citizens to grieve? You see, we just tell you that's why we voted you. But you fool us, you screw us, you use us and later on abuse us. So why? The government should lie. Why? But that's the question that we ask. They lie. The people fool us. The people lie to us. The government betray us. They betray us so much. I said they lie. The people fool us, so the people lie to us. The government betray us. They can lie, they can steal, they go knock the corrupt. I said no one to trust. My people, no one to hope on. Nobody. My hope that I have been broken. I'm telling you, brother. So where are the schools? Where are the roads? Where are the jobs that they said they could afford? But they're too selfish. The people tired with their rhetoric. People tired, they tired. You see the reason why we ask why the government betray. They have enough of time, but yeah, then instead they delay. People suffer, no work, but people crying for hunger. Look at. Your vision and your mission, your intention to the nation, they poor. You got nothing to show. Nothing. So why? The government should lie. Why? But that's the question that we ask. They lie. The people fool us. The people lie to us. The government betray us. They betray us so much. I said they lie. The people fool us, so the people lie to us. The government betray us. They can lie, they can steal, they go knock the corrupt. With the promises that led us to all our damages. We tired with that speech they preach indeed and now unique they deceive us. The thing we saw, it frustrate us. So why can't you lie? Why can't you steal? Why can't you allow the citizens to grieve? You see, we just tell you that why we voted you. But you fool us, you screw us, you use us and little on abuse us. So why? The government should lie. Why? But that's the question that we ask.
And the people lie to us. They can lie, they can steal, they can lie, they tell all the lie, so they can steal, they lie. The people lie to us. The people lie to us. And we're going to make sure and free ourselves from ourselves. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Voice of SINOE in the diaspora with Dr. Sawyer Interim, esoteric, understood by the chosen few. Good evening to all of you. Good night, good morning, wherever you find yourself around the world. I know the race is not to the swift, but he that endures to the end. And not only to the end, but to the very, very end. Alpha says, Zigo Dissing. How you doing, buddy? Welcome on board. Hey, Mr. Ponto. Say the powerful. Yes, I'm powerful, and that's why I'm making you guys powerful. Because if you are not powerful, and I'm only powerful, then it's not fair. So a power that is not shared, it's not good power. It has to be shared with the people. All right. So welcome again. Welcome to Voice of SINOE with Esoteric, coming to you from Prosper Park, Pennsylvania. These United States of America. All right. What do we have? Sorry, guys.
It's not good power. It has to be.
Let me get the other device lower on the other side for monitoring. All right, so guys, welcome again. Let me get the show on the way here. I don't want to stay here too long as I did last night. Hopefully, they wouldn't interrupt the show tonight again. All right, so let's see. What do we have here for you as a starter? I know you can't wait to hear what Dr. Sawyer Interim has. Today is the date of mediation. So you can't wait to hear what is from mediation today. Did Green Coach Dio knock the union down, or the union knocked Green Coach Dio down, or none of the above? I mean, somebody should be the winner, but sometimes you can have a tie, you know. Yeah, the people will say, oh, no, a tie, no winner. But I think from the perspective of the USA, it's not so much about winning. It's about doing justice to the people, doing justice to the union, doing justice to the memory of the ancestors, the founders of the organization, you know, restoring the integrity of our organization. You know, so those are some of the reasons why the union is into it. Some people are into it to win, you know. But it's kind of, you know, it's puzzling that the first day of mediation, the great dancers we have, we don't see the people dancing. I wonder why. Did something went wrong at mediation today? We can see the people dancing. I mean, something must have gone wrong somewhere. at mediation, there is bargaining, right? You have to bargain, it's give and take. And also, the guys have the demands. One of the things that I've been hearing from them over and over and again is, I think when their crybaby boat chair came here to Pennsylvania, yeah, she repeated the same thing. Yeah, I heard it from a lot of their top brats. And that thing is, Francis Clark Myers, she said, from 1 year, and then the man who refused to go to the ballot box, he should say for 1 year, and then 2023, we come to the table, go for election, and whoever wins be the leader. It looks like that's something like that they carry in the hall today. I'm not too sure. Again, I should have been part of that mediation today, but the people say, giving your high philosophical knowledge, it wouldn't be too fair to do a team. So let a great man stay back a little bit and watch the show. When the union needs, a reinforcement that we can call the great Afrocentric thinker. All right. So today, the mediation, I'll give you some things. I just want to see how we went. We are getting some information which is authentic, but I didn't get the authorization, so I wouldn't give you what I have right now. It will be preserved for the time being until I am given the authorization to divulge the information to the public for consumption. But in the meantime, we'll give you a tantalizing brain teaser from the mediation. So rest assured you get a little bit of what went on today, and that's the one of the purposes of VOSD. I don't want to keep you in the dark, because I'm trying to change that culture of people keeping things beyond there. Things are going on, and to keep the people in darkness. And so I'm here to illuminate your minds. All right, so let me get to the first thing that I want to start the show with. I want to start on a tragic note. Interim President of Liberia, Dr. Amos Sawyer, dies at age 76. Those that, if you grew up in Liberia, you should know the name Dr. Amos Claudius Sawyer. He was an interim president, I think, from 1990 to 1994, around there. Hopefully, I'm sure I'm accurate with that time. But he was the former interim president for Liberia. He was a professor at the University of Liberia. So I'm going to read a little bit of his background here to share with you. But he was a statesman, Dr. Sawyer. He imparted knowledge to a lot of the people, some of whom are now serving at the national level. And so this is the big loss to our country. Yeah, we need a brain power. So having its attraction, having one person exiting out of the country permanently, it is not right for us. So it's a tragic news. So coming from Liberia. So let me show you a little bit. Let me share a little bit of his background. What the article from NPR thing. The NPR, no, LPR actually. I got this article from LPR, Liberia Public Radio. So it says here, former Liberian interim president Amos Sawyer dies at aged 76. Okay, yes, the former president, by the way, of Liberia that just passed away, unfortunately. But 76, relatively speaking, is good. He lived well, but I wish he would have lived longer than this. But you know, the mystery of death is something that we have not developed the ability to grasp at this point. All right, so it says here, Amos Sawyer, interim president of Liberia, the 22nd of November 1990 to 7 March 1994. That's the time he served the country as interim president. Dr. Amos Sawyer, former president of the interim government of Liberia of national unity, has died. He was 76. According to family sources, he died at the Johns Hopkins Hospital in Baltimore, Maryland, in the United States of America at about 2:25 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 10:25 a.m. local time. Dr. Sawyer had recently undergone 2 brain surgeries in recent years and recuperated and returned home at his Caldwell residence last June. Amos Sawyer served as president of Liberia from 22nd November 1990 to 7 March 1994. He was voted in by 35 leaders representing 7 political parties and 11 interest groups. Dr. Sawyer retired from politics in October last year. He pointed out that these health challenges limit the range of activities in which he can no longer be fully and productively engaged. There's a quote here: "I announced today my retirement from partisan politics in Liberia. I have been a member of the Liberian People's Party since its founding by Movement for Justice in Africa, MOJA, in 1980 at MOJA's second Congress." Dr. Sawyer pointed out that despite his decision taking, he intended to continue his engagement as a Syrian scholar and citizen working along with others to sustain peace and reconciliation in the Liberian society. He emphasized that he will also remain engaged working with others to help strengthen Liberia's democracy and enhance development in the nation and the region in general. It's a quote from him here again. "A special thanks to all who have worked with me over the decades of my involvement in national political affairs as a partisan. Needless to say, my commitment to Liberia and the people of Africa remains unshakable," he stated. Amos Claudius Sawyer was born in 1945 to Amos and Sarah Sawyer. His siblings include Joe Sawyer. Sawyer was educated in local schools and was a 1966 graduate of Liberia College, now the University of Liberia. He traveled to the United States for graduate work, earning MA and PhD degrees in political science from Northwestern University in metropolitan Chicago, Illinois. After his return, Dr. Sawyer worked as an academic, but also became an activist and politician. He ran for the position of mayor of Monrovia, the capital, as an independent rather than within the True Whig Party. The latter had dominated the country for more than 100 years. 1980 coup d'etat. After the 1980 coup d'etat, Sawyer returned to academia for a time, taking a position as a professor of political science at the University of Liberia. In December 1980, he was appointed dean of the College of Social Sciences and acting director of the university. In 1994, Sawyer was forced to step down as a part of the peace process, and subsequently the role of official leader of Liberia was held not by the president, but by the chairman of the Council of State. Fighting sparked again in 1996 and continued during Charles Taylor's presidency from 1997 to 2003. Sawyer returned to the U.S. for a period, invited to serve as Associate Director and Research Scholar, a workshop in political theory and policy analysis in the Department of Political Science at Indiana University in Bloomington, Indiana. Sawyer was chairman of the Governance Reform Commission in Liberia, which has recently become the Governance Commission. His book, Beyond Plunder, Toward Democratic Governance in Liberia, 2005, explored the development of multi-party democracy in the country. He supported Ellen Johnson Sirleaf in the October 2005 and 11 elections. All right, so just a little bit of the deceased national leader of our country, Dr. Amos Sawyer. It's tragic for our country, but may the souls of this great man rest in peace. You play your part. You did not only serve as interim president, but you served in other capacities, especially the one that is interesting to me is the one in the area of academia, imparting knowledge. Transferring your knowledge to the next generation of leaders. And so we will miss you greatly. You play your part, the plus and minuses, but I think you did a great job by filling knowledge, drilling knowledge in the next generation. It's a good thing to do. A lot of time people learn a lot and then they keep the knowledge to themselves and they go in the grave with it. But Dr. Sawyer did not do that. So may your soul rest in peace in our thoughts. And those that can pray, the prayers are with you. All right, that's the demise of the statement, Dr. Sawyer. All right, let's go to something else here on the Voice of SINOE. Voice of SINOE, we don't get on something and we leave it. We're going to talk about it until it sinks in, until you assimilate the information. And so we want to again remind you to be alert, to be on your alert. We have this young, I don't know whether he's SAPO or not, I'm not too sure, but he has a link with the SAPO ethnic group for sure. So Harrison Gaye Sobue Jr., okay? It's the story that has been trending lately on Voice of SINOE. He's a scammer who has duped a lot of people with fake DV papers. Or better yet, if you like, he used his late father's name, or if you like, other people say the late Gaye Sobue Harrison was a grandson. That's what we are told. So the information, whatever the validity of the information is. But Harrison Gaye Sobue, the young man, is a criminal. And so we want to remind you that the criminal is on the run. We told you last night, and we are doing everything to make sure that he is apprehended. He is still alive, but we want to make sure that he is taken from the normal society because he doesn't belong in a normal society. Once we ignore this guy, he will continue to do people. Once this subsides, he will start again. Before I got on, there's a young lady, who called me and she texted me a bunch of messages. She was literally crying on the phone how this young man, damaged her. She is building her integrity. She is school at Cottington University in Liberia. And this young man just damaged her. He's a criminal. Marrying people, getting married and to get divorced, it's cash intensive and those things. And the little girl was going through all of that. Because of the criminal, my baby father and I, we broke up and all of that. So he's doing a lot of damage in the community. And Harrison Gaye Sobue will make sure that he is arrested. We are informed the security apparatus in Liberia. We have done a compilation, or if you like, a dossier, bunch of documents, created a folder to forward it to the FBI so they can keep an eye on him just in case he enters the U.S. We have also forwarded the information to the embassy in Liberia. Let me see here. Yeah, I'm on the show. You got a contribution here? Okay, all right. Yeah. All right, so yeah, so Harrison Gaye Sobue is on the run. The scammer is on the run right now. And those of you that were duped, including myself, my mother, and Mr. Botu Jawi, the likes of Mr. Honorable Augusto Rai, and many people. I can't list everybody. The guy did a lot of damage. Took money from people. He did not win DV. I was listening to the young lady's story just now before I got on. She said, oh, this guy, he lied. They purchased a visa, all of those things. They got to the airport. They got his ticket. They went to the airport in Liberia, and they sat there all day. And after he said they went there, she said they went there in the morning, and they stayed at the airport up to 1 a.m. No flight. He knows very well. He did the research. No flight was coming to Liberia that day. And then later on, like 1 a.m. going to 2 a.m. in the morning, he said, you know what? The people bought the wrong ticket for the flight. No flight was scheduled today, and they bought a ticket for me. The girls explained, and she was literally crying what this guy did to her. It's sad. Young people will get into criminalities. You wouldn't find a way to go to school and learn and earn, living. Or if you need help from people, do it honorably. Be genuine and start lying and using fake DV papers to fool people and extort people. But like Liberian men said, 99 days for row, 1 day for the master. And since this criminal is on the run now, that's why our criminals suppose we got to put them on the run. They shouldn't be comfortable. And so he thought, duping that, so you put it be the end of it. No, it's the wrong man you will dupe and you will go free. If it takes 200 years, provided if somebody can live for that long, no matter how long it takes, Gaye Sobue Jr. Harrison will be arrested. He has to leave the normal society. This guy is a big crook, criminal. He knows how to, manipulate people. And that's terrible. And that will send a message when we send the criminal to jail. The other young folks in the country, they will be careful. And also we are calling on the security in Liberia, the police. And when you know this face, anytime you see someone, you arrest the man. We will also do some, we are working again. We are not just talking on Facebook. We are working with people on the ground in Liberia. And we are alerting the security here in U.S. I know that the document is not coming to the U.S. anyway. It's just a way to take money from people. And just in case he goes to the embassy in Liberia as well, he wouldn't be, because we send him pictures and everything, all the fake documents that he carrying all over the place and lying to people. All those documents were forwarded to the embassy in Liberia. All right. So Harrison Gaye Sobue is on the run right now. We'll get him eventually, though. We are doing everything. We're putting all mechanisms in place to get that young man. We'll get him. All right, let's get to something else here. Now, the breaking news sound, I'm going to suspend it. For whatever reason, they tend to cut off our show, so I'm not going to play the breaking news. But let me play this right here. Let me listen to something if you like something I want you to listen to. or I want us to listen to. And there's a reason why I'm playing this. USAA 2019 resolutions in review.
9 board of directors members, and that no more than 2 board members shall come from a chapter. That 9 elected board members, 1 election after every 3 years, beginning from next year, 2020. That anyone who intends to be elected to the board of directors shall make a registration fees of $200. That the executive shall establish a voucher system to effect withdrawal. The president shall submit requests to the board of directors.
The president shall submit a voucher to the board of directors for approval.
And approval from the board shall be communicated electronically through emails and fax. That the board of directors shall approve and submit a budget within 2 weeks from the date the budget was submitted. If it does not respond within a given time frame, it shall be considered automatically approved. That the issues of bereavement shall be turned over to the national executive officers as a policy issue.
Thank you, Mr. Secretary. I'm sure you heard everything was read. It was read last time when you got going through a lot of problems with resolution. Because it was not read, it was not endorsed, so we want to make sure tonight. I think it's here.
By the way, that's the Secretary General for Green Coat GO, Mr. Amos Sawyer, who was part of that committee. He's the one talking right now.
Now, every time we have a resolution, you'll be executed in the future. So, what is your will from the I have this will tonight?
So, ladies and gentlemen, apart from the Secretariat, the resolution has been read to you. National Convention held in the city of Fargo, North Dakota, August 22 to the 25th. Resolutions. That the election for the board of directors be suspended and that the constitution be revised. That 1 unit nursing color be built, comprising 3-bedroom at the cost of $30,000 United States dollars. Revised Constitution. That the National Assembly elect 9 board members, 9 board of directors members, and that no more than 2 board members shall come from a chapter. That 9 elected board members, 1 election after every 3 years, beginning from next year, 2020. That anyone who intends to be elected to the board of directors shall make a registration fees of $200. That the executive shall establish a voucher system to effect withdrawal. The president shall submit requests to the board of directors, and approval from the board shall be communicated electronically through emails and fax. That the board of directors shall approve and submit a budget within 2 weeks from the date the budget was submitted. If it does not respond within a given time frame, it shall be considered automatically approved. That the issues of bereavement shall be turned over to the national executive officers as a policy issue.
Thank you, Mr. Secretary. I'm sure you heard everything was read. It was read last time when you got going through a lot of problems with resolution. Because it was not read, it was not so tonight, I think this year and from now, every time we have a resolution, it will be executed in the future. So, what is your will from the fight of listener tonight?
So, ladies and gentlemen, you have heard from the Secretariat. The resolution has been read to you. Our question tonight is, if there was something that was discussed and reached that is not part of this reading, we can have a suggestion for you when you add, said this thing was reached, but it was not on the resolution read. If there was something that was written here, but it was not discussed, you can also say something is in the resolution that was not discussed, we can remove it.
All right, guys, that's the 2019 resolutions. And there is the reason why we are doing the little review. You know, people, they forget easily, but that is why the beauty of Voice of SINOE, we are here to jog your memory. And so if you listen to the resolutions read by A. Melvin Dewey, he was part of the committee, Mr. Andrew Sawyer and others, you have your man Stubby Snare and those guys. Those were the guys that worked on the give of those resolutions. And when you listen, he said one project that was approved from that convention, which was the Nessus quarter, at a cost of $30,000. Nothing more, nothing less. All right. We have been reading other documents. Like I said, I will be superficial because I didn't get the approval of the authority to give you certain information. Yeah, but I read this communication, and our brothers on the other side, they said there were projects. They used the word plural, right? Projects that were on the agenda that should have been implemented by the executive. That's what they said. But it was only one project. We can't have one and you speak in the plural and you say projects. You know, so the consistent lies, it bothers me. You know, people continue to lie and lie, and the records are here for us to validate, to tell the people that whatever that person is putting on people over there is not true. So that's something we want to tell you. The last convention before Florida was North Dakota. And the resolutions from over there, one says that one Nessus quarter should be built at a cost of $30,000. It didn't say you should take $90,000. It didn't say you should take $28,000. It said $30,000, full stop. We didn't approve anything from what was read. Presidential allowance or $7,000 for president to travel to Liberia. Nothing of that sort. The resolutions that Green Coach Dio said, the team he said that the resolutions they gave us. Okay. Uganda from Florida, not Florida, North Dakota, it was a different thing. The man wants $7,000 to go to Liberia to dance. He wants to break ground. He wants to go do delegation. Well, I said, you should have included that on the agenda so the General Assembly can approve it. Anyway, but the board of directors, they also have the authority. The guy said clear that the president should send a voucher to the board of directors. And that voucher should be approved within 2 weeks. If it is not, then it considered automatically approved. That's what the resolutions that Green Team just read. But then my man, A. Melvin Dewey, was a strong supporter of Gidio. And that's why they put you on that committee, bring up with him. And those were the guys that read the resolutions. But the communication that I read, our brother told us, or our brothers and sisters on the other side, they told us that the president has the sole prerogative to go in the account and take money. Signatory A and B, or B and Z, they can do the transaction without anybody to approve. You know, these guys, they have lost every ounce of respect I have for them. everything has evaporated. They lie consistently, no integrity whatsoever. You put the stuff on paper, and then you go to a Somalian lawyer and you give him something different. Where is your integrity? What sort of community are you building? Are you raising children? Is this what you are teaching them? To lie? To be dishonest? Is that what you're teaching your children or the next generation? It's sad. It's sad. The guys will put their own thing on people and they can't obey it. If the conflict is over, I will not trust any of these people anymore when they can dupe their own people in this faction just so they can divide the people. Resolutions are all there, written. They are recorded. We are not in Jesus' day where they never had camera. Everything is recorded now. And these guys will go and lie to the Somalian man just so they can divide their own people. It's sad. All right, let's go to something else here. I wanted to give you that little review so that you can know it's on fire. It's not hitting. It didn't go away. All right, now, I got another one here, what I call Madam Joyce Seeyon 6 hired throng. Madam Joyce Seeyon 6 hired throng. All right, now, it's a little, the word throng is a little strange. It could be strange to some people. It's a word for crowd. It's another fancy word. So basically, the woman, it's a hired, the word hired over there is then used as an adjective to describe the crowd, right? So, they got a trip coming to Liberia. They want to go and dance. That's what they're good at. I don't know why, since the mediation today, we are not seeing them, so they can entertain us a little bit. They love to dance. So the people are not gravitating towards them because of the conflict they created in the U.S. The people are not happy about it. But what the lady is doing now, or what they are doing, is to send people, they send money to hire people so they can come. That's my first time to see somebody will send money here and say, you'll go from town to town, from village to village to tell the people that we're coming. You'll come. We'll send people there so we can haul you so you can come. The people are doing everything because it will be a poor attendance the same way when Green went there in Drawson. He didn't tell the people anything. He went there and the people were going to find you were sitting in your car by himself. When you are doing your presentation, you told the people, oh, I'm not angry and not that things can happen. You didn't communicate with the people. So given the conflict in the union, the people, they don't want to be part of it, even though their chairman in Liberia took side already, George Gaye. But the people don't want to be part of the conflict. They want to be part of the solution and not part of the division. But Joyce Seeyon, Madam Joyce Seeyon, is doing everything to get the people involved. So she is sending money to Liberia for the people to go and from village to village and haul people and get in, inform them first, oh, we are coming to dedicate a palaver hut. From the context, what I'm speaking from my context right now, because the people, they are here, they're seeing all these beautiful structures, and then they will go build a thing and they call it a city hall or guest house. You know how guest house looks like in America here, but they build a trash and this is a guest house. So that's why they want to have party. But what is important is not about the party and the hiring people to come and do they won't hire spectators and those stuff. That's not the important thing of that communication that I saw. What is important to me and what is disturbing to me is right here. Let me see. Let me depopulate my screen here and take some of these things from here. All right, so let me show you first the communication that was published. So yes, the communication, right? Because we don't talk without evidence. So it says here what I think Dave BQ Togba, right? It said thanks to Madam Mrs. Joyce Seeyon for sponsoring our trip to Wedger on a peace and reconciliation meetings. I don't know who are those that are fighting over there, but anyway, Here is Jawi Town, Viola Yonswa, and I traveled through the length of Wedger to Greenville, talking with our people to get together and be in readiness to happily receive our brothers and sisters who are coming from the United States of America. It should be led, okay, but anyway, led by President Green Kojo to turn over the guest house built in Jillytown, Wedger, to the people of Wedger in March. Okay. Now, this is not too important to me. Guys, hold on a second. There's an alarm going on over there. Let me just take care of that. I'll be right back. No, not that one. I'll be right back. Just hold on, please. All right, sorry about that. So, ladies and gentlemen, so what I was saying, so this is the communication from Mother Joyce Seeyon. They send money to go hire people, and that's the wrong one. So they're hiring people to go and to bring people, to tell the people so they can come and delegate. But again, the content of the communication is not important. What is disturbing and important to me, for which I want, is this right here. I mean, these are the kind of huts, the huts that our people living in. And those guys are saying they are building nurses' quarter or guest house. I mean, in this day and age, see what the places our people are living. See their house. Our people shouldn't be living in the kind of things. We should be helping the people. Like I said the other day, the politicians, Sonny Boy Noah, initiated a roofing the people's house. It makes sense. But the people are sleeping in these things, right? And the people say they're building guest house. Imagine your people are sleeping on these. And people, I mean, by the way, the people look good with a hard time over there, looking good, beautiful, But see the thing our people sleeping in. And you guys, they will go over there and dance. And it's all about, I mean, see the condition of your people, the places that they're sleeping. But you go in there and building, and you say you're building guest house. And how do you guys feel? I mean, you have to do something that will make an impact. Look at these huts. Look at these huts. And so they go over there, and they say they took $29,000 each and built one house for Kamala Ross, another one for Green Kojo. And the people, they are fooling our people. None of these people were sleeping in houses the guys built. What we should be doing is to take the people from the huts. That's what we should be doing. We should take them from the huts. But Green Kojo is the sophisticated man. So you should have a decent place to sleep. And the people are sleeping on the way back houses. These are hazards, These are hazards. The people living in these things. And the guys saying they're building nested quarter and Palava hut and town guests. You're building houses for guests, and your people don't have nothing to sleep in. They are sleeping in these things. And you're building houses for guests and nurses. When somebody's a guest when you're traveling, you should be able to get your place to sleep. But if Green say, you know what? I'll build houses for guests and tell them about all my people. Let them sleep in these kind of houses. Now what good? You serious? Look at this thing. Human beings should not be sleeping in stuff like this. These are things we ought to be working on. But the guy said no. They won't build. Now our people, they will be fooling the people to go dance. After dancing, and they go in these houses. Our people are living like cavemen, and then people don't care to improve the condition of the people. It's about stealing money and building unnecessary houses. And somebody will be on Facebook and celebrating it. Thank you, Gio, for undertaking. What can you do with those houses? Guests. It doesn't say the people house. They say guest house, nurses quarter. It's for nurses, and the other one for guests. The guests like Kamala Ross, Joyce Seeyon, Green Code Gio, the guests are coming from America, so those houses to build, those houses for them, and not for our people. They don't get it. You build house, they're building concrete houses for themselves to sleep in. All right? Now, Kamala Ross house in Jerrytown, now what the people going to have party for? Meanwhile, our people are sleeping on all these things. Right here. See. And somebody will go dance. Your people, you're not doing anything to improve the condition of the people. No. Building one house for Kamala Ross and building one house for Green Code Geo with stolen money should not be the case. Let's do something and improve the houses, the homes of our people. That's what we're supposed to do. It's sad. I will not turn my back on my people this way. But Joyce Seeyon is about crowd all day. She want people, they want dance. That's what they do. Dance and put green on her back. That's what she wants. The man turned his back on the people and building guest houses for guests, for strangers, and not houses for the people. But Joyce Seeyon said, green card on my back. Go and steal $90,000 and report to your Somalian lawyer, $61,000. Come on my back. That's a good thing you're doing. I love you. Unfortunate. It is unfortunate that these people will be building personal houses while they're looking at our people sleeping in huts. These things. Come on, people. You need somebody to come school you about these things that our people, they shouldn't be living like this. Yeah. That the men they send around to go get crowd so they can go dance for Kamala Ross's house. No, I shouldn't be calling her Kamala Ross. Kamala Shegbe. Because she's not married to Ross anymore. So that Kamala Shegbe. Her personal house business. That what when your sister sending money so they can go rent crowd. They're renting crowd. That's what they call crowd renting. That's what they're doing. They go hire people to come and they say, oh, you see, when we go there, you see the crowd, the population. They basically, it's another form of bribery. That's what they're doing now. Thanks to Mr. Joyce Seeyon for sponsoring our trip to Wedger on a peace and reconciliation meetings. Who is fighting? Who are those that are fighting in our place? Before she sent her own peace and reconciliation. They got to send a team here in America to go and talk to Green Code Geo to bring peace in the union that inherited, that was in whole, and he divided. I plan is supposed to send a delegation, but they send the people to our people over there that are not fighting. They're supposed to send a delegation to Green Code Geo to start fighting for no reason. If your term finished, you want to remain in power, go to the ballot box. That's what you're supposed to do. You don't divide your people. And you're writing weird document. I saw that nonsense the Somali man wrote. Are you serious? I told you, the guy should have hired me. I would have done a better job than what a Somali man wrote. Our lawyers, they are citing laws that Green Code Geo, then the man go write emotional stuff. Are you serious? Anyway, so that's the campaign of the people over there, the hiring crowd, and so that it will look that the people accepting them, even though that it's a facade. You see the movie there, you see the crowd in a rented crowd. That's a word for it, but it can't come to mind right now. Where they hire these people to come be there, you see the huge. That's how they're doing. That's what Joyce Seeyon is doing. They're sending people to come. Oh, we come here. You can support us, so we can tell the union that the people love us. That is not the case. That is not the case at all. All right, now let me give you this one here. I call it a tantalizing brain teaser from mediation. A tantalizing brain teaser from mediation. You know what? Something is tantalizing. I mean, it makes you to salivate. You know, like when you see good food or you see something nice. I mean, your appetite. You know, when you're hungry and see it, you start to salivate. You know, you want to eat it. You're yearning for it and stuff of that nature. So let me give you a little brain teaser from the mediation, right? Again, I need to get the authorization of the relevant authority to give you what actually went on today. But what I can say for sure, without letting the cat out of the bag, is the union is in a fantastic, you didn't hear me correct, I said fantastic, in a wonderful spot. The union taught those guys lesson. On Wednesday, February the 23rd, the judge, the mediator, so judge, former judge, will be releasing the verdict. And I know the details of the verdict already, but I'm not going to tell you until I get an authorization of the people. But the verdict is in the favor of the union. Okay? It's in our favor. Because of one major thing in that verdict, or that will be in the verdict. One major thing in it, for which, because that's what these guys have been fighting for. They don't want to leave it. But the verdict will be asking them to leave it. Yes. They will be forced by the law. They will be forced by stranger to abandon something that is intrinsically built in them. It is part of their DNA. And somebody will tell you, say, don't associate yourself with that. Imagine. That's a huge victory for the union. To tell those guys, somebody who was born as a Sarpo person, and you say, don't associate yourself with certain thing that is part of the Sarpo culture, or that makes you a Sarpo man. And somebody say, you can't do that. You can't. You can't. So, ladies and gentlemen, the verdict today, that what I call the plight of our brethren, from Sarpo to non-Sarpo. The plight of our brethren, from Sarpo to non-Sarpo. I mean, how is it that somebody will be Sarpo and they will not be Sarpo at a certain point? Imagine. Your man that's Sarpo, your pa that's Sarpo, your sister that's Sarpo, your girlfriend that's Sarpo, your wife that's Sarpo, your boyfriend that's Sarpo. I mean, everything about you is Sarpo. But at a certain point, you stop being Sarpo. Imagine. At a certain point, certain members of the Sarpo tribe will not associate themselves with Sarpo. Imagine that. Wow. From Sarpo to non-Sarpo. A stranger will force these guys to not be Sarpo. The people say, well, but what are the guy talking about? I wish I could tell you. But I know my viewers are very smart. They know what I'm talking about already. That's how you put it. Somebody will say, you know what? A stranger. I'm from way Africa. But I rose from way Town. And somebody way in America, in California, and say, you know what? You are not Sarpo. Don't associate yourself with anything Sarpo. Think about it. Think about that thing. It's a huge victory for the union. It's a huge victory. It's a huge, huge victory for us. The people were pushing. They are still lying, I assume. Oh, let's go to battle box. Let each person say I'm on the other side, the other person say I'm on the side, that the quarantine and the carry, I was told. I said, what? I want to go carry over there. Oh, yeah, we want, you know, we accept it. We made a mistake. It's not a mistake, it's a blunder. You know, our president, he carried another convention in Minnesota, and so we didn't go to Florida, and so the people, they elected Francis Myers. But what we can do, because we still want to remain with the union, and so what we want is Green Code GDO can serve for 1 year, Francis can serve for 1 year, and then 2023 we go to the ballot pass. And I can hear the judge saying that nonsense you're talking over there. I can hear our team saying we're not taking nothing from you. No, that is not realistic. We did everything to absorb you as brothers and sisters. But you put yourself away. At this point, you can't bring that broken stuff here. That is not working. The people try everything. No, it's not going to work with us. So the people say, without letting the cat out of the bag, the plight of our brethren from Sarpo to non-Sarpo. I mean, how can you? I mean, I'm still trying to make. Just think about it. How is it possible for a Sarpo man not to be Sarpo or not to associate themselves with something Sarpo? Think about it. Think about it. The judge, the team is saying, Judge, you can do everything else, but don't associate yourself with this one. A part of the Sarpo people, but don't associate yourself with this thing. Wow. And that is the thing that makes you. It is part of your DNA. And the person saying, and the judge is telling you, the mediator is saying, okay, the other demand you made here, it kind of made little sense. We'll work with that one. But this one, which makes you cannot associate yourself with that thing. From Sarpo to non-Sarpo. I don't know what I mean, the guys will be naturalized. I don't know what kind of they come in naturalized themselves. I don't know what kind of thing they will call themselves now. I don't know. I don't know what I mean, I told you guys that you will not make it if you don't listen to me. Okay, the money aspect of aid, I mean, it's not a big deal to us because money can be raised anytime. We came from Florida the other day. Our mothers, they got her in a backyard. Our President Francis Myers, in no time, less than 10% over there, they raised pretty close to $6,000. So money is not the problem. I told you I made a talking point on this before. Raising money in the union is no problem to anybody, to our people. Our people are free-handed. They can give, they have no issue. The only problem we have is accountability, transparency under the watch of Green Code GDO. That's the problem we have. Generating money is nothing. Sooner rather than later, the union account will be full again. Money, the people are willing. They just want to make sure that one thing should be done. And that thing we got it already. We're just waiting for Wednesday. So that I will bring it here and show it to you. On Wednesday. We'll show it to you. You are Sarpo, but don't associate yourself with the thing that makes you. Tell me. Imagine. I am Dark Sawyer put it, right? And somebody say, I mean, Dark Sawyer put it, the quintessence of you. Don't associate yourself with your quintessence. Think about it. Your essence. Do not associate yourself with your essence. That's what basically the guys, that's why you don't see them dancing on Facebook. Because that's what they wanted. And it didn't happen. The people said this is negotiation. You will get some, and you will lose some. And so I told you guys before, I said, this one, if you follow my prior podcast, I said, this one, I call it yesterday. I will not repeat it now until I get an authorization. If you can go back to my prior video, you get it. I said, this one thing, we will not compromise on it. And the team did that today. We got all those, I mean, they carried a representation. I mean, when the Somali man speaking, the judge hardly understands what the guy was saying. And then they carried that boat man, the boat man speaking Sarpo Siri, you know. And then our people are like, great people that are there. I'm not calling our representation until I bring the stuff. When the people, they open their mouth. And like, that didn't want created the American English. When the people, they start talking today, the judge were like, are you lawyers? Are you lawyers? Then they say we are not lawyers, but we are voracious reader. We read it, we read the law. We know how the law operates in the country. We've been here for years. We went to school here. And some of us, we attended Ivy League schools here, you know, so we know what we're talking. We are not lawyers. But so because, I mean, the way our team were presenting the argument, and then the other people basically were saying, we still want out. We want to be with the union. But at the same time, they want to act tough. And, you know, the mediator, they don't want, you know, the job is not to run a verdict or to the way the judge will say, you know, when you're talking nonsense, they can tell you straight up that's nonsense right there, right? If you watch Judge Judy, for example, she can't take that nonsense. People will go in the courtroom, they want to bring nonsense in the courtroom. And when you're playing games, the judge can know. They will shut you up right there. But no, the judge today, I know it's a veteran, been lawyer or judge forever, you know, and he retired, you know. So when Green Coat Gio and they playing games, he will say, you know what, I don't agree with you, but that's nonsense. That go to something else. You know, professionally, he will say that. He would not say the word nonsense, but you say, you know, that baloney. You know, you would not use that word, but the way you put it, those guys, they are not sophisticated to catch you, even though the men say they are sophisticated. So the judge was saying that thing is nonsense. We are not taking that one. I'm not going to work with you on that one. And then I also read people, then when they come, they start speaking in Suri. Then Grinko Gio and TM, they will be asking the Somali man, oh, can you interpret what I was saying? You know, Suri too deep. Then the Somali man, he will say, you know, but you know, I'm from Somalia. Now you guys are a little closer to America, so you should be able to understand her, you know, or he and stuff of that nature. So it was tough for those guys today. It was very tough. So that is why you can see celebration on Facebook from them. It was a bad day for them. It was a bad day. I wish again I could tell you step by step and give you all the detail. I got everything. Everything. We're just waiting for the verdict, and I will read our side and I read their proposal and our proposal, and I give you the verdict, bam, and see who is the victor. Green
David added DG.
Yeah, Green Coach View, he wasted his time for nothing, for a stranger to tell him, don't be who you are. A stranger. Your man is Sarpo, your pa is Sarpo, your sister is Sarpo, your woman is Sarpo, your children is Sarpo, your girlfriend is Sarpo. I mean, everything about you is Sarpo. But somebody said that thing that makes you Sarpo, don't associate yourself with that. Damn it. What a defeat. You brought us this far just so you can go home with disgrace, and you know it was clear already. You just exacerbated the disgrace already. The guys were already disgraced at every point. At every point, they were disgraced. And then the mediator has exacerbated that, made it worse. And now today in Minnesota is a funeral. They are cold at graveyard, quiet. You can't see them writing anything on Facebook. They can't get over it. Damn it. This thing that we claim, that we say is for us. No, we didn't claim it. Biology, nature gave it to us. The thing that nature gave us, we were endowed with it. But stranger is telling us, no, don't associate yourself with that thing. No more. Not anymore. So you can go and portion it together and bring it to us. We have to approve it. and we put it on record. You can't come closer to that thing that makes you. Damn it. Imagine that thing that makes you. You can go and formulate something that you like, but it should not be closer. It should not even come closer to that thing that makes you. The smart one, they will get it. When I know my followers, all of them, they are smart. And so they know what I'm talking about. The plight of our brethren, from Sarpo to non-Sarpo. Sarpo man in America, he came here as a Sarpo man. He been portraying himself as a Sarpo man or woman. And then a stranger will come with different color, skin color, and say, you know what? Don't associate yourself with that thing. You are not to be called that thing. You are not to put that thing anywhere, either in writing or verbally. Don't call yourself that thing anymore. Nowhere. You can't. Say you love money, the money aspect of it, we can workshop it out. But don't associate yourself with that thing that makes you. Ladies and gentlemen, that's it. That is probably how people there in you. That's why you can see them all celebrating today on Facebook. That the tantalizing brain teaser for you from mediation right there. The thing that makes, say for example, Miss Fatou, right? The thing that makes her, somebody will tell us, don't associate yourself with that thing that makes you. With or without that thing, you can survive. The people say, don't associate, don't even come closer to it. Imagine Miss Fatou, the great man, Maya Modu. My deepest condolences to the entire family. The thing that thing that makes, that intrinsic stuff that makes Honorable Maya Modu. And somebody will ask, a stranger will ask Maya Modu and say, don't ascribe yourself to that thing. Not any day. You can come up with something else that you'll be okay with. And you cannot just do it on your own. You have to bring it to me. I, the stranger, I got to make you and look at it. It is not closer to that thing that makes you. When I prove it, then you can go ahead. Finish. The guys are done. Yeah, so that why wearing a hat. Yeah. The powerful voice of you. Yeah. So ladies and gentlemen, that's the little teaser from the court today. I want to say congratulations in advance to the union. I want to say thanks to the General Assembly for mandating the board of directors and the executive committee to go after those guys that were claiming to be who they are not, and now the stranger has told them that thing that makes you, don't call yourself that thing. Yes, done. Never ever. You are done. That's where they are today. And that is why when you drop pin, you drop something in Minnesota, you hear that sound. You're quiet. Quiet. It ain't easy. It ain't easy. They are bringing away. They are bringing away. They are bringing away. Aboku kwa. On est qu'à fait clair. On est qu'à fait. That's how people say the original. On est qu'à fait. They are light. On est qu'à fait. And they cut tie. We are heavy. Because imagine how those guys gotten that. Facebook would have been on fire today. They will be dancing and rolling on the ground. Man, the crowd baby boy chair will be rolling on the ground, and she will be happy all of them sad today because they didn't get what makes them. Their core, your inner self, something that is part of your nucleic acid. And the person say, don't associate yourself with that thing. You can take, we'll give you some little money. That's fine. But you will not get the major thing. You will not. And so that one Minnesota quiet. You know, the union, we don't believe in dancing. I told you the other time, the only time you see your dancing, when you see plethora of our children graduating from high school, from college, high school, university, and those things. Plethora, that's a word for you, plethora, many. But somebody built a guest house, not for the people, guests. And they say they want dance. They are liberating the people. Yeah. Thoughtlessness. Thoughtlessness. That ain't right there. The guys can't think. The people, we are trying doing housing unit for the people. But our people in America, they say, no, we're doing housing unit for strangers, for guests, and not the people. You serious? You build houses for strangers and nurses and doctors that can afford to get shelter for themselves, and you try to buy on the poor people that you say you are whose interest you are seeking? I mean, what sense does it make? I mean, just listen to the name, the title of the building. They tell you already, nurses' quarter. Nurses, not the people's quarter. And not for the people, guest house. Not the Sarpo people's house. No, not the poor people's house. So, I mean, the people, the building, see our people houses, where are people sleeping? See that thing. And the guy said they want nurses' quarter. Look at that thing. No window. And that's where our people can sleep in. Look at the houses. Look at these. And these don't bother the people. Drink what you do and be in nice houses, you know. I mean, so, and he comes to America, you know, he relaxing in a nice crib. He goes to Liberia, he relaxing the other one there. And the people sleeping in mosquito houses. That's good. That is wonderful. It makes Green happy. It makes Cry Baby Boche happy. It makes Joyce happy. For the people to be sleeping in these things. And they say there, they say, oh, you can't imagine, you can't dance with us. So what? For our own houses, you can't dance. So you can see our houses and we'll compare it with us. I think Green End, they get zinc houses and they get concrete houses. But look, our people, the people that are in dirt. They in dirt. But they say the people should come dance from the dead houses. They should come so they can dance for them. And so Joyce Seeyon sending people, sending delegation. They're sending the guy that's sitting with these ladies right here. They're sending you, oh, you'll go call the people in mind so they can come dance. So they can come dance with us. Yeah, so we can have our mineral bottled water in our hand, you know, and the people will dance from there and they'll go into the creek and go drink. They can't build pump. What? You serious? But guys, that's what I have for you for the night. There's a voice of SINOE. I don't want to leave you hanging the first day of mediation or first and the last, as you say. Because the next one, it will be the verdict because the thing that the judge told them to do, they got to go carry to the judge, you know, so they can put it on record. And they say, don't get closer to that thing that makes you. No, you can never come closer to it. All right? So that's how the show ended to now. Now, how we ending the show? We want to say thank you so much for always being here with us. We really appreciate it. Sooner rather than later, from now until Wednesday, we'll be coming here as usual, you know, to keep giving you information and so that you will not be in darkness. Our job here is to serve you. I mean, like a fruit tree, right? When you go to the fruit or to the tree, you don't go there for the tree, you go there for the fruit. Or if you're hot, you go to the tree because you want a shade, so they can give you some shade, some cool air, so you can relax, you know. So you come to Dark Sayopo there, not because of my beautiful self, but because of the information that I give you, so that you can empower yourself. Because the propagandists, they will come and lie, and the other guy will tell me, and I was hearing something. Oh, the union, they say the union spending more money than the defenders. How is that possible? You are 4 persons, and each of you are charged in the lawsuit that we filed. It's not lump sum. Each of you were sued. And so the Somalian lawyer is charging all of you one by one. And the union, we are only charged once. They're not charging individuals. And somebody will say, oh, the union paying more money than us. No, the direct paying more money. If you combine Darius's payment, Sowen's payment, Julio's payment, Mr. Suwa's payment, you combine it, man, pay a lot of money. And that's why they are forced to stop a mediation today. Because the sure money they pay to that Somalian guy, making a man to live a better life. And then they say, you know what? Our people, you live in tash houses. You live in mud houses. We'll give the money to a Somalian man here. And then we'll come to SINOE. You know why you're bringing people there so they can dance for us. Even though we are not doing what we're supposed to do for them. No drinking water, no electricity. They are not in good houses. I mean, everything is just terrible. No schools. But we know we carry them to Jede Town so they can dance for us. And then from there, after dancing, they go in the rickety houses. Yes. That was good for them. All right, our people, I'm here to help out. Some people will get vexed with me, no. But I mean well for you, in as much I want to sleep in good houses. I want you to sleep in good houses as well, to have good shelter. You can't be sleeping in nothing and you go dance or green code video. When your house breaks down, they will not tell you, oh, go live in the next quarter. No, or in the guest house. If for guests, you are not guests. You are the owner of the land. And so they didn't build a house for you. It's for guests and for nurses. You are not nurses. All right? So that's how we're doing it for the night. The guys, they try lying. They literally doctored, our constitution, which next time will come, will show to you the thing the guys did in the constitution to just continue the conflict. But fortunately for them, it was bad today for them. It was bad. All right. That being said, we will tell Green Code Judio, the crowd baby, I say Boche. Let us blend. Let's listen to the Green Code Judio, but I let to listen to her crying. Small. I love that. Green Code Judio Boche man crying. I love that. I let to listen to it. I love to listen to her crying. Yeah, so let's listen to her some more before we go.
The board of nothing gonna call. Say I start up for money, my name that you have today in Jesus' name.
Hallelujah.
I think I high enough. And what I'm calling you. High enough. Say come there, say high enough.
So, but what's the problem though?
I say I high enough of my name on your show. When my wonderful got my name, and you don't even ask the question, what happened? He got my name, I say the woman say. I'm not going to say anything more. I say, then you won't say today. See, I enough of her name on my show. Enough is enough. I want to follow you.
So, Rose, you don't also deal with the issue in the community? If we have an issue, we got to talk about it.
I say, I'm telling you, I had enough of my name on your show. I'm not going to argue with you, but I had enough of my name.
No, I'm not. I'm just asking so you don't want us to talk about, because you're a leader on the other side. So, when you guys are doing something.
I had enough. When somebody say, over there, attack somebody, you know what it means? I did not probably attack my one. After a new party, we want to know the truth, and you call it other party. You just go on breaking news and just put people's name up there. It's not okay. I'm telling you today. Say, come let's say she had enough of me.
So I shouldn't mention her name in other words.
In Liberia and tell him I had enough of you.
So in other words, I shouldn't mention her name. Man, Ross, I want you to calm down, please. Calm down.
No. I don't know hang on the phone me. You say just she hang on for me. I say I'm just telling you. You have a nice day.
Okay, man. Thanks for the call.
Okay, bye.
Yeah, there are 2 flour makers also. People that are divided the organization is supporting Green. 2 people over there. Yeah, well, I lead them. Yeah, I say with my knee, yeah, sure. Yeah, you keep joking. Yeah, joke. You guys say you tired with my knee. I will do well good. I let flour burn too much. Yeah, people are suffering by when you guys here fighting and fighting, you know.
Because we hit Green. Nobody hit Green. I was one of those that love Green. But when you're doing something wrong, we must say that it's wrong. We're not going to pat you on your back when it's wrong. I can remember one of the meetings. On one of those, I was in attendance of that meeting. And there were things that were going on when I started to ask questions. Well, I was shut down and said, you are asking too many questions tonight. Not talking because we hit Green. Nobody hit Green.
Yeah, that's it. You know, see how people dressing. And Green Coat Gio wear fancy suit. You know, now I'll go, man, I'll be bluffing all day. See Green Coat Gio. You know, man, looking good, right? You see how people looking? Yeah, the man be dressing all day. You see Kamala Ross and her sister, they're looking good, right? Yeah, they didn't care for our people. They want to build houses, for themselves. You know, look at that thing. See how people are they looking? With their poverty, they're still trying. They're looking good. You know, yes. But see, Green Coat Gio, the great man. So the people that are sophisticated, man, you got to go there. The people dance for him, you know, for building Joyce Seeyon's house, let's come to Ross' house, and your own house, you know, and the people, boom, now they own a place there, that place they're supposed to sleep. That's nice, right? Yeah. All the men can operate. You know, when you talk about it, they call baby boche, I'll say, oh, why? Don't call my knee. Don't come, I will call your knee. You can't be treating our people like this. Yeah. You're doing things that are criminal. Yeah, everything the guy's doing is criminal. They're messing with our documents. They're doing everything. They're doctoring the document. You know, it's criminal. So Mr. Maya Modibo is right. Yeah, we're in the United States, the law of land, or the land of law.
But there are documentations that Green has gone ahead, spent $28,000. So if the money is not for him, why would you spend $28,000? So you see, you have to come in a public setting and get one impression. You go in your war zone and do another thing. And that's why it's difficult to see that you are sincere to what is going on in this community. But there are documentations that Green has gone ahead, spent $28,000. So if the money is not for him, why would you spend $28,000? So you see, you have to come in a public setting and get one impression. You go in your war zone and do another thing. And that's why it's difficult to see that you are sincere to what is going on in this community.
You guys are not sincere, very insincere people. Yeah, they are. They just, how can you put this thing on paper, then you go beyond it and do? You are not sincere. You are not honest. The guys, they lost every respect I got for them. No more respect for these people.
Regional administration, they are not people that should handle the money. Regional administration, they are not people that should handle the money. Regional administration, they are not people that should handle the money. Regional administration, they are not people that should handle the money.
Their own prayer mail, the chaplain for Green Coat Geo Association in Minnesota, Evangelist James Carter, is the one that's saying Green Coat Geo administration should not be the one to touch our money.
Administration, they are not people that should handle the money. Regional administration, they are not people that should handle the money. Regional administration, they are not people that should handle the money.
Look at the man is there. men that can pray to God for him. The man say, Green GO administration, they are not people that are supposed to handle our money because they are turned over. That's why Evangelist James Carter is saying
that everything is power struggle. They know that. Political leadership power struggle. That everything is power struggle. They know that. Political leadership power struggle. That everything is.
I mean, it's the same man I'm talking. Is it everything that Green is on is political leadership power struggle? The man want power. That's why his own man, the man that can pray for him, Evangelist James Carter. Listen to you, not listen to me. When you
power
say
struggle, they know that. Political leadership power struggle. That everything is power struggle. They know that.
I mean, the man, Evangelist James Carter is confessing. Green and people, they know what is going on. They know that the whole thing is about power struggle, leadership, political power struggle. He knows.
Political leadership power struggle. That everything is power struggle. They know that. Political leadership power struggle. That everything is power struggle. They know that. Political leadership power struggle.
Yes. And the man is saying all these things.
Regional administration, they are not people that should handle the money. Regional administration, they are not people that should handle the money. Regional administration, they are not people that should handle the money. Regional administration, they are not people that should handle the money. But there are documentations that Green has gone ahead, spent $28,000. So if the money is not for him, why would you spend $28,000? So you see, you guys will come in a public setting and get one impression. You go in your war zone and do another thing. And that's why it's difficult to see that you are sincere to what is going on in this community.
You see what?
They do things that are criminal. And it's things that will just let it go. I don't know how you might not let us, but we are saying the truth. Thank God we are in the United States. They do things that are criminal.
Yeah, I mean, imagine. I mean, people are saying this thing about them.
That is going to two projects. The nursing quarter in Pine Town and the care town in Gaye Town. My president wish I decided first. My first thing on the plate was, with the noise, let's start our project.
The man Rosa.
And with my president wish I decided first. My first thing on the plate was, with the noise, let's start our project.
Imagine the woman said, she said, let me play that again. My president witch. Now the witch of the people, she going by what Green wants.
My president wish I decided first. My first thing on the plate was, with the noise, let's start our project.
Okay, with
my
the noise.
President wish I decided first. My first thing on the plate was, with the noise, let's start our project.
And she said, I should leave her name. With the thing that she's talking, based on my witch, based on my president witch. It's not only witch of the General Assembly or the people, or the interests of the people, what the people want. It's based on the witch of Green Code GO, what Green Code GO witches, that what she would do. That Green Code GO, the people serving over there, based on my president witch. And so the first thing I'm supposed to do is to do what Green wants.
So that first project, because people are very concerned about the 90,000 that we have in our possession.
Okay.
And the project that we want to undertake because of 92,000 plus. Look at what we raised during our convention. We didn't have that money in our possession. And knowing that peace was on the table and the concern of the people was mainly the money, the safety and security of the money.
The safety and the security of the money.
That I should meet with the president, other board members that were present, and executive, that we made some changes in the project.
Okay, they made changes.
So
that man Ross. And she would turn around and say, oh, leave me alone. Don't come and knee on your show. Don't come and knee. When you come and knee, I will fall down. You come and knee, I will cause us out. Okay, you're doing all these things. You were not part of the conflict before. You were not part of the power structure. And you put yourself inside. And you say, oh, somebody should not come and knee. And I think I'll leave. And that's how you're talking to. No, I want against them, man. I want Malcolm Roth telling about it. How much he sent to Liberia? $28,000, right? That part of the audio I won't play. That'll be done for the night.
So that's great project.
They wanted to start 3 projects, but later on they're going into sessional listen. It's a single people, but we don't get time for them.
That is, we're going to do 2 projects. The nursing quarter in Pine Town and the care town in Gaye Town.
You're hearing it for all. Nurses quarter in Pine Town, and guess how? Guess and nurses, and not for the people. That for ourselves saying it, not me.
That is, we're going to do 2 projects. The nursing quarter in
the General Assembly approved 3, according to them. But when they went to the war room, when I come to Ross, she said, you know what? I got to follow the wish of my president. So whatever the General Assembly said, I don't get time for that. Whatever Green wants, that what I will do. And so I had to follow the wish of my president. So we're reducing it for 3, according to the resolution from the General Assembly. We are not following that. Right now, what I want, what Green wants, that what I will do.
Pine Town and the care town in Gaye Town. Even with that being said, the nursing quarter in Pine Town and Gaye Town, if I'm wrong, you can correct me. Each of the buildings will be $29,850.
$29,850.
And 39 cents. So look at the amount. Even we go short, we should be the total of $59,778. And we go short, it will not be too much. But we're going to take the 3 projects. The 3 projects will be so hard that we struggle to raise that money. So we decided on 2 buildings. That is, we're going to do 2 projects.
All right. So they're doing 2 from 3 projects. From the General Assembly agreed they wanted 3 projects. The people went to that meeting and said, you know what, we're changing the decision of the General Assembly. We don't have the money. We took the $90,000. The people said they wanted $90,000, but we can't touch it, and we don't have the money. We want to undertake 3 projects, and the 3 projects they will cost about $90,000, and we don't have that money. And so because of that, the single people, we are getting it out. All right, we are going with Kabade, and we are going to Gaye Town, where the top 2 leaders are from. Green is from Pine Town, and let's say Camden Road, the crab baby boat chair is from Gaye Town, and so that from the single bell, we don't have no official that holding strong or high position, so we are forgetting the single people. Their contribution to me, we don't get time for that.
My president wish, I decided first, my first thing on the play was, with the noise, let's start our project.
Okay? Then she ready to say, don't come and knee, don't come and knee on your show. Go ahead, start dreaming.
Talk to him, to do 2 buildings, and at some point we will feel financially we can handle another building after the completion. That is left with the group. So based on our discussion and agreement, I was able to wire the amount of $28,000.
Mind you, she's not the treasurer. She is not the financial secretary. They say she's the board chair, but the board chair is the one that wiring money. He said, she didn't say we wire it. She said, I wire the money. Okay? So the people, when she saying all these things, they say, oh, I should not call her name on my show. A wrong guy didn't weigh out.
Talk to him, to do 2 buildings, and at some point we will feel financially we can handle another building after the completion. That is left with the group. So based on our discussion and agreement, I was able to wire the amount of $28,000 to the building.
All right, so I'm gonna come in Ross there for you, and yeah, so the verdict, the verdict is coming out this Wednesday, the 23rd. The whole conflict in the union, I mean, at least from my perspective, will be over because there was one major thing. It's not the money, but something major, and that major thing was still with the union. And so Green Coat Gideon and his group, they will get rid of that thing that makes them, that thing that makes who they are. They will not have, according to the judge, do not associate yourself with that thing. So they're going home and they have to come up with something on Wednesday, on the 23rd. They have to go to the judge and they will present what they will be using. Okay? They will present it and then case close. Everybody go their way. If you want to come on board later, the union will absorb you. We are not rejected. The one decided to go away. We try to keep them on board, but they don't want to be on board. They want to be tough. And so the judge, we went to the mediation, and there are things that we can take, and there are things we couldn't take. And so they put theirs, and then their proposal was, everybody stay on their side, for 1 year, and then later on, 2023, we'll go to the ballot box, and the judge said, I think that nonsense you're talking, because you are not legitimate anyway, but the people were not taking it, and we're not taking it. We decided already we're not taking that proposal because Madam Ross brought it here, Pennsylvania, and she said the same thing. And we said, no, we are not taking it. We didn't stop Green from coming to Florida to contest for office. He decided to go somewhere else, so nobody going to compromise with him when he created a fake stuff in Minnesota. No, we are not going to compromise on that thing. You had the authority to come before the people so they can elect you, and your fear of election, you say, I'm going there, the woman challenge you, Francis challenge you, and you say, I'm not going to a convention. I will declare another convention in Minnesota. And then they wrote in that document, the virus are too much in Florida, and that's why Green Coat Geo, I declare another convention. I declare the convention in Minnesota. And you can't give her the constitutional reference that gives him the power to declare convention in Minnesota. And they changing the document. I'm like, wow, you serious? The guy, when they can change the document, they're telling us the headquarters of the USA is in Minnesota. I'm like, you serious people? You put that thing in your communication and fooling the Somali man. Your lawyer is as strong as the information you give the lawyer. If you give the man fake information, you'll get a failure. And that's what the guys got. They think the man will do abracadabra. No, he can't do abracadabra. The information you gave your lawyer, that the information will make your lawyer stronger, or you'll make your case stronger. When you get a man fake, and that's what the first guy left, because he figured out that the guys were lying to him, and he didn't want to ruin his record. The record of a lawyer is determined by the number of cases he wins or she wins. And so the Somali guy probably hustling and say, you know what? All I need on my resume when I go to Somalia is I practice law in America, whether I win or not. So when he goes to Somalia, he shows that I practice law. I'm a practicing lawyer in America. I mean, a big bar. So whether he wins the case or not, he doesn't care. So Green again the fake information, the man get his money, he driving a fancy car and chilling with his family. And then our people are living part taxes back home, and Green doesn't care. He fighting and giving the Somali man money. Look at the thing our people sleeping in. And then they're giving the Somali man, they're giving Green, the first time they went, Daryl gave 5,000. The second time they went, the first time Daryl gave 5,000. Green gave 5,000. Sawyer gave 5,000. Andrew Sawyer gave 5,000. Now 10 grand, 20 grand right there, right? No, yeah, 5, 10, 15, now 20. For the first time, the second time they paid the same amount. And today again they paid it. So imagine if those guys are giving the money to our people who could change all the part taxes the people living in. But they rather give it to Somali man because the man charging all of them individually. He's not charging them collectively. So they're paying a lot of money to this guy. And then they're collecting our people to go celebrate their personal house in Jeddah. So you can celebrate your next quarter or your guest house. Okay, What good is a guest house to me when I can't sleep in it? And I'm sleeping on that kind of thing. I'm sleeping in this thing. Not this one. The people are sleeping in that kind of thing. All right. Why? In this stuff. And the guys are giving money to Somali men in America. They're giving them men money. Everybody talk to the guy, man. Let them not give them money to the stranger. Listen to the elders. Listen to the concerned member. Listen to Zaza. Listen to, Djibouti. Everybody talk to the brother and say, no, I'm giving the money to Somali men. And let the people sleep in the old houses. Yes. So, guys, I'm done for the night. I want to say thank you for joining me. As usual, tell Green Coach Dio and know people. Watch out. We want peace and unity. I want to say thank you so much for following Voice of SINOE. As usual, we appreciate your time. Enjoy the rest of your night. It is 1:03 Amos Sawyer here in the morning. All right. Talk to you later.